It's a very serious issue. And like I said, if we were to really understand that our days are numbered as well, then maybe we would have a different attitude about life. We would have a different attitude about how we dealt, how we loved ourselves, how we loved our neighbors. The things that we do, the sins that we commit against the Most High. How serious we take His holy convocations. How serious we take things. How serious we take life as a man. And when you become a man, you begin to learn that the whole duty of man is to what? Fear Yah and keep His commandments. And the first duty of man in being a man is that the Almighty said that men are supposed to what? Be fruitful, multiply, work to the sweat of his brow. So there's a specific formula that Yah gave a M-A-N to be. Okay? And there's certain things that as you are a young man that you ultimately try to grow out of, right? You try to grow out of and you become more into your manhood and you come more into situations where you're trying to plan a life, trying to plan for a future wife. And I talk to my son, and my son's a lot about this, that as you get older, you have to think 5 and 10 years out. We can't just think about yesterday. We can't think about keep dwelling on the past. We have to look forward. And when it comes to looking forward, you have to look down the road. And that's the one thing a parent does, right? One thing a parent does when it comes to rationing out your bill money, right? At least we try to look out a week in ahead, right? A week in advance, a month in advance, several years in advance, when we planning for how we're going to take care of our household. And this is what it means to be a man. And these are the things that we as a people have to focus on because we have a very serious journey ahead of us. And like I said, with me understanding this brother that passed away, there's some things that as I looked upon, I wish that I would have been more serious about and maybe dedicated more time into helping the brother out, and to bringing the brother towards the Almighty. But with that being said, I say that because let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Let's start there. Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter. All right. 9:1 says, for all this, everybody got it? Ecclesiastes 9th chapter, the first verse. It says, for all this, go ahead, Sister Abigail.
For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of Elohim.
So the righteous and the wise and their works are what?
In the hand
of Elohim. Go ahead.
No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before
and
them.
Sometimes we have trouble distinguishing between right and wrong. Sometimes we have the time distinguishing between love and hate. So it says, no man knoweth neither love or hate by all that is before them. Second verse.
All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean and to the unclean, to him that sacrifices and to him that sacrifices not. As is the good, so is the sinner.
And what is the one event that's going to come to all?
Death.
Death. That's the one event that's going to come to all people. Go ahead.
And he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Yeah, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live. And after that, they go to the dead.
Keep going.
For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope.
It says, for to him that is joined to all living, there is hope. Because we all have a judgment day to face before the mighty Yah. And it says, for him that is joined to the living, there is hope. In other words, while you're living, you have a chance to make reconciliation. You have a chance to really just take an evaluation of your life and say, am I pleasing the mighty Yah? We all have that chance. There's a hope for that. And then once you do that, you have the ability to make corrections in your life. And there comes a time that all of us have to stop and take and look at the man in the mirror. And that's something that we should always be doing on a continual basis. Because it says that the path of the just is what? As the shining light, which shines what? More. More. And more. And more. And more. And more until the perfect day. So there's a time that we have to take responsibility. And we have to take on self-accountability for the things that we do in life. For the way we live our life. Because ultimately we're going to answer to the Almighty in the end. But it says that for to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. So the Almighty is so merciful that he gives everybody a chance. Praise, yeah. And even though we have ups and downs in life, we have ups and downs that we go through in life, sometimes it's all about our attitude. Sometimes it's about how we work through a situation. Keep going, please.
For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion.
So as valuable as a lion is, a living dog, which has less value, is of more value. There's more. A living dog is more valuable than a dead lion, because that dog can still come up to you and comfort you, come by you and wag its tail and sniff on you, whatever it do. You can rub it, it can still provide you comfort. A dead lion can't do anything. Keep going, 5th verse.
For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. Neither have they any more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also, their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun.
So neither is there any more a portion once you are gone from this earth. So one of the things that I wanted to focus on today is they had what they call Thanksgiving this week. And in talking to people, one of the things that I wanted to reiterate is that we have to give thanks every day. Our Thanksgiving is not once a year. For the service of the mighty God, we give thanks every single day. Every single day that we have breath in our body, we give thanks. Every single day that we wake up and our children are still living and breathing, we give thanks. Because I've seen some stories over the news, and they say the news is one of the most depressing things that you can look at, right? Yeah. But the news is also reality. Yeah. The news is also reality. And sometimes we need to have a reality check on things. Keep going, please.
Verse 7, go thy way, or excuse me, let me do verse 6 again. Also, their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart. For Elohim now accepteth thy work.
And this is one thing that I always read when I do marriages with individuals. Because sometimes when we're living in a certain state, sometimes we know that it's time for us to get married, but we still don't. And sometimes and I know we've all done it, so I'm not trying to point out anybody in the past, future, nothing. I'm just making a statement that we all have been there the majority of the times, right? To where we have been living in a state till we were married. We were not married, but we were living like we were married. And this is something that the Almighty does not condone. The only union that the Almighty allows lawfully for a man and woman to cohabitate in is the state of marriage. Not the state of boyfriend, girlfriend, not the state of my chick or whatever. But I'm just saying that we've all done that. And there comes a time that even all those things have to be reevaluated in your life. And you have to make some decision and say, well, what path am I going on? What path am I going on? So it's just some food for thought. Let's keep going. And that's why I always read here that when I marry couples, sometimes it says, go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart. For now, Elohim, accept thy works, because you made that step to do the right thing. Keep going.
Let thy garments be always white.
And this is always what I say, let thy garments always be white. This is something that, so as I'm reading this right now, I want you all to understand when it says let thy garments always be white, that we're supposed to live life with joy. Life ain't supposed to be sad. Life is supposed to be filled with joy. We're supposed to have fun, but we also supposed to have fun within a bounds that the Almighty gives us. Keep going.
Let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest.
And this is what you're supposed to live joyfully with the wife whom you love. All the days of your life, the life of your vanity. Which means that when a man and a woman come together in holy matrimony, you divorce hanging out with your buddies all the time. You divorce going over mama's house all the time. You divorce those situations and you cleave unto the wife whom Yah has blessed you with. And that becomes your soulmate. So as you go out and try to find this soulmate, you have to make sure that this soulmate, that you on the same page with that soulmate. And that's what the courting process is about. The courting process is about me getting to know you, you getting to know that person. I know there was some discussion about marriage earlier, about some contracts and the contracts you go through. And like the brother was saying earlier, if I have a daughter or you have a son or whatever, when they come over, those are the things you talk about. Hey, this is how I'm living. This is how I'm raising my daughter. And these are the expectations these are the ways that I expect her to be treated when y'all go off and be married. And the same thing with a man. This is the expectation of how you're supposed to treat your wife. And what happens is that the children sees those examples in the household. So that's why you are always supposed to, as you raise your children, don't have arguments in front of your children. Take that argument, mother, if your father, the Almighty say that the woman's desire is supposed to be unto her husband, that don't mean that the man's supposed to make you do what he say. But what it means is that you're supposed to humbly submit to that man. And if it's something that man is doing that's out of order, then you pull him aside. And y'all have a discussion not in front of the kids. Don't create arguments in front of the children. Because what that does is that creates confusion in the household. Because you got a child that loves both of their parents. So those are some of the things that you want to try to avoid in your household as married couples. Keep going, please.
Live joyfully with the wife of whom thou lovest all the days of thy life, of thy vanity, which he hath given thee under the sun. All the days of thy vanity, for that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
And this is another thing that the Almighty gave us. This is a blessing. The Almighty said that we as Israel, we are those that are, he that is what? Have power with Elohim and man and have prevailed. That's a blessing that the Almighty gives us. He gives us that's one of our blessings. One of our inheritances is that we will prevail. And that's why we have the words of our famous forefather, our knowledgeable forefather, that said, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might. Don't half do it. Don't be a slacker. Do it with all of your might. Put your best into it. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave where thou goest. And the sad part about it is that most people, when they get older in their life, they say, well, I wish I would have went to college. Am I lying or not? A lot of people say, well, I wish I would have did something different with my life. And this is what we're trying to teach you all right now, is that as you live in your life now, let's do it now. Don't wait till you're older and say, well, I wish I would have did that. Now, when you have the power in your hand to do it starting tomorrow, starting right after the Sabbath, starting right now as you meditate with Yah in the things that how you want your life to turn out. You have the power to ask the Almighty to bless you with these things. And you have the power right now to ask the Almighty to give you the spirit and give you the strength and give you the wisdom to go in that direction. The goal of a good Hebrew Israelite, man, and I know that Moriah Hilkiah has talked to some of our young brothers in certain places where they've been incarcerated. And one of the things about a Hebrew Israelite, that we're supposed to be a productive people. We're not supposed to be a lazy people. We're not supposed to be a slothful people. We're not supposed to be a people who waste all of their time doing foolishness and nonsense all the time. We're the type of people that make things happen. And if we're not making things happen, then what we need to do is we need to reevaluate our life. Reevaluate your life. And then also, if you reevaluate, if you don't want to make it happen, then just accept it. Accept where you put yourself at. Because the Almighty said that you have the strength and you have the power. He gave us that blessing to say you can be what you want to be. And that's what people used to tell their children. You can be the president if you want to be a president. If you want to be the president. In other words, you have the ability to be the highest person in this country. You know, that's some of the inspiration that people give their children. And I'm saying sometimes that we need to give that to ourselves and say, I can do better. I need to do better. And if I don't want to do better, then I'm just going to accept whatever comes my way. And I'm going to accept it. That's just going to be it. The scripture says the fool shall be servant to what? The wise in heart. How many of y'all familiar with that? Turn to the book of Proverbs. Proverbs, the 11th chapter. And this wisdom that we try to give you all, this wisdom is not to ever hurt anybody's feelings. This wisdom is only to make everybody stronger and to realize who we can be, who you can be. And you can be what you want to be. But also to accept responsibilities if you don't do anything with it. That's the responsibility that you have to accept. Proverbs 11th chapter. Let's go to the 27th verse. We're going to start there.
Proverbs, the 11th chapter, starting at verse 27. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor.
He that diligently seeketh good. In other words, if you're always trying to do good, if you're always trying to seek good and do the right things, do the best things, do what Yahweh proclaimed to be good, if you're always seeking to do that, you shall what? You're going to get favor. In other words, you're going to get favor. You're going to get, people are going to like you. And if they don't like you, at least they'll respect you. They'll respect the efforts that you're trying to put in. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor. Go ahead.
But he that seeketh mischief, it shall come.
But he that seeketh mischief, it's going to come right back unto you. So if you seeking mischief, if you're not seeking the right thing, if you seeking mischief, it's only a knock away from coming to your own door. But he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. Go ahead.
He that trusteth in his riches shall fall.
It says, he that trusteth in his riches shall fall. And this is why another people say, well, I don't want to be rich because it's just going to corrupt my heart. Well, it'll corrupt your heart if you let it corrupt your heart. It'll corrupt your spirit if you let it corrupt your spirit. But the Almighty have never deemed from a blessing standpoint that our people be without. Somebody got to be with something. If not, then how are we going to help other people out? And this is the thing about it. We also are commanded to have a certain relationship to deal with our brothers and our sisters and deal with the poor. We're not to oppress one another. We're not to oppress people. Not at all. But at the same time, there's a standard. There's also a standard, too, that you got to have. Keep going, please.
He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch.
And it says he that trusts in his riches, and that's why we don't trust in our riches, we trust in Yah. Because he that trusts in his riches, he uses riches to manipulate his way through things. And I done seen people do that. I done been there. I haven't been there personally because that's not my personal spirit, but I've seen people, I've been in business with people that do that. That I just had to say, you know what, I can't be in business with you, even though we made money, but I can't be in business with you because it's too unethical. you're going to make some destruction come upon us by some of the things you're doing. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. So when you're righteous, you're going to flourish. You're going to flourish. And sometimes being righteous means that you have to give up some things that you don't necessarily want to give up. Sometimes being righteous means that you have to help people out in certain situations where you don't necessarily want to do it. You have to give things away that you don't necessarily want to do it. I done had people that I work with, and I see that as we was working, they was sitting around bull crapping all day, and I still paid them, tried to pay them a little more. Because I'm like, you know what, just to get a person another $5 or $10 ain't going to bother me one bit. You understand what I'm saying? But it can also save a relationship, and hopefully they can do something with it. It'll help them out. So this is the kind of spirit that we're supposed to have as we helping people, as we dealing with one another. Keep going, please. 29th verse.
He that troubles his own house shall inherit the wind.
He that trouble his own house shall inherit the wind. Now, how do you trouble your own house? How do you trouble your own house? You want to get the mic, Brother Giver?
Shalom, hallelujah. You have there's a multiple different ways you can mess your own house up. You know, if you sharing it with your spouse, you cannot contribute as you should to bring it down. Or if you have it and you're not paying your bills, you can, tear yourself down, bring yourself down. That's just a couple of.
Yes, sir. And the main way you can trouble your house is by disobeying the mighty Yah. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind. So in other words, when you disobeying the Almighty and not following Yah's formula, that's when you can inherit the wind. In other words, you know what the wind is? It's something that blows by. Keep going, please.
He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart.
And the fool shall be servant to the wise in heart. In other words, a person who don't take hold of the ways of wisdom and don't follow the instructions that Solomon gave them, and or the instructions of your parents, you're always going to be in a subservient position because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not taking advantages of the situations you're taking advantage of. And the fool shall be servant unto the wise of heart. And consider that. Keep going.
The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise.
So I got a couple of quotes that I want to read for you all before we get into being thankful, because one of the things that I want to do is I want us to get into what are we thankful for. And this is something that we should always be praising God and being thankful at all times. Because as we cherish as we know and realize that we have breath in our body, we should be thankful. As long as we know that we got another day to yet praise Yah and get it together, we should be thankful. And we should be taking advantage of those opportunities. Not just spending all your time with your mind in la-la land somewhere. We're supposed to be a productive people. A productive people that are doing something with their self, with their life. So there is a quote here. It says, the problem sometimes is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. Did y'all get that? Sometimes the problem is not the problem. Sometimes the problem is your attitude about the problem. And that's why we have to, as we deal with things, what we want to do, what we want to start doing is try to be a little more positive about things. And the way that you be more positive about things is by first recognizing that we got a creator that we can call on for what? For all things. So if you're in trouble and you continue to stay in trouble and you can't work your way out of that trouble, then somebody needs to be called on the name of the mighty Yah. We need to be calling on that name. That's what he gave it to us for. It's to call upon his name so that we can be saved. Let's turn to the book of Psalms, the 40th chapter. Psalms 40. Got a few more pages turning. Go ahead, Psalms 40.
I waited patiently for Elohim, for Yah, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit.
He brought me up out of a horrible pit and out of the miry clay and did what?
And set my feet upon a rock.
And he set my feet upon a rock. Go ahead.
And established my goings. And he hath put a new song in my mouth.
And he had put a new song in my mouth.
Even praise to our Elohim.
Even praise to our Elohim. Now, how many of y'all have the Almighty did this for in your life? How many of y'all have the Almighty done this for you in your life? And praise Almighty Yah, the Almighty has done this for me as well. He brought me also out of a horrible pit, out of a miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and did what?
And established my
goings. And this is one thing we got to remember is that if we are in a position or in a situation, don't complain about it. Pray about it. And if you pray about it, you shouldn't be complaining about it.
Hallelujah.
Give it up to the mighty Yah. If you prayed about it, you shouldn't be worried about it. Third verse says he did what? I got results, and he did what?
And he had put a new song in my mouth. He put a new
song in my mouth. Now, how many of y'all might have put a new song in y'all mouth? The Most High put a new song in my mouth. Even praise unto our Elohim. Go ahead.
Many shall see it and fear and trust.
And you're going to be an example to others. Many shall see it and shall fear and shall trust in Yah. Because they're going to say, well, he did it for you. I'm sure he can do it for me. Go ahead.
Blessed is the man that maketh Yah his trust.
Blessed is the man that maketh Yah his trust.
And respect not the proud.
And respect not the proud, nor such as turn aside the lies. And this is what we have to do, is when we trust in Yah, we cannot respect the proud. And what is a proud person? A proud person is somebody who will not humble themselves. A proud person is somebody who's always going to be right in their own eyes. A proud person is somebody who's not going to take heed to the word of the mighty Yah. And as we speak today, I don't want people to take heed to me. We teaching people to take heed to the word of the mighty Yah. I got many things I can teach people from my own merit to say, look, I can teach you this from my own life experiences, but I'm not even doing that. We asking people to take heed and trust in the mighty Yah. Go ahead, fourth verse.
Blessed is that man that maketh Yah his trust.
Blessed is that man that maketh Yah his trust.
And respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies.
Go ahead.
Many, O Yah, my Elohim, are thy wonderful works.
Many, O Yah, are thy, my Elohim, are thy wonderful works which thou hast done, and thy thoughts are which are to usward. Go ahead.
They cannot be reckoned up in
other words, I can't even count. I can't even reckon them up. I can't even count. It's not here. The phone is not here. Just so y'all know. Yeah, it's not here. This one over here. I don't want y'all on a scavenger hunt when I know it's not here. But in any event, we in the 5th verse, Psalms 40 and 5.
Many, O Yahweh, my Elohim, are thy wonderful works, which thou hast done, and thy thoughts, which are to usward. They cannot be reckoned up in order unto thee. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than I can number.
They are more than I can number. Way more than I can number. And I know the works that the Almighty have done for me are way more than I can number. And I can bless the Almighty for number one, for my life, for my health, for my strength, for reasonable use of my limbs, for a sharp mind, the little bit of sharp mind. I can thank him for blessing me with a house, with a car, with a wife, with children that praise Almighty Yah, with a good mother, with a place that I can come to and worship. And I'm sure we all have things that we can pray, we can worship Yah with, that we can praise the Almighty about. But the thing is, you got to be able to see your blessings. Many people so busy down and counting their curses that they can't even see their blessings. They can't even see the good things Yah doing for them in their life. And this is what we need that attitude adjustment at, many of us. And like we said, sometimes the problem is our attitude towards the problem. Because there's many things that's going to face you in your life. You know how many obstacles I come across every single week? But if I was a weak man and I let every single thing that was bad bring me down, then I wouldn't be nothing in life. I wouldn't have nothing. I would be crazy. And this is what being a real man is. This is what being a real woman is being able to deal with adversity and keep moving forward, not letting it take you backwards.
Right.
Not resulting to stupidity. But taking those things and moving forward and become stronger and say, you know what, I failed this time, Satan, but you ain't going to get me next time.
Yeah.
He get you the next time. Well, you got me again, but you ain't going to get me the next time. So you got to have that ongoing positive mentality, right?
Right.
Ongoing positive mentality. Like, I know I'm a winner. I was born a winner. It's in my DNA. I'm not a loser. And you're only a loser if you make yourself a loser. But the Almighty give every single one of us the opportunity to bring peace and happiness in our life. And being a winner don't mean that you got to go out and be a millionaire. But it do mean you got peace of mind. It do mean that you ain't all riled and stirred up about every little thing. The scripture says, behold, mark the perfect man. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to let Yahweh say it. Go to Psalms 37. And this is how you can measure yourself. So I don't want people blaming me about their own problems. Don't blame me about your own insecurities. You go to Yahweh and you measure your own self up against the word of Yah. And that way you can start to make improvements in your life. That's what you do. And this I'll say I'm thankful for.
Hallelujah.
For the Almighty giving me a moral compass.
Yes.
To where when I make mistakes, and we all can be thankful for this.
Yes.
When I make mistakes, I at least got somewhere to reach out and grab for my direction. And say I'm off track, but at least I know how to get back on track. I'm just not like somebody. How many of y'all have been to the beach before? You get out there in the water, you can just float on forever, right? Mm-hmm. And if one of them big currents get you ain't going back on what you call it? You ain't going to the shore. You're gonna be gone. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is that this is what we have to be thankful for. That we got a life raft that we can grab out for. But many of us, and that's why we got to take advantage of that. We got to grab onto that life raft. Because if many of us didn't have that life raft, they don't tell them where we would be in life, where our minds would be. And for that, I'm going to say I'm thankful. Hallelujah. Keep going. 6th verse. No, read the 5th verse again.
Many, O Yah, my Elohim, are thy wonderful works.
Many, O Yahweh, thy Elohim, are thy wonderful works.
Which thou hast done.
Go ahead.
And thy thoughts, which are to us.
In other words, the very thoughts that Yahweh have, which are to us. I mean, we don't even realize how much Yahweh loves us.
Right.
To have that mercy and that compassion on us. To say, you know what, I know you failed, but I'm still going to accept you. All you got to do is turn back to me and keep my laws and my commandments and my statutes, and I will accept you. Keep going.
They cannot be reckoned up in order unto thee. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than I can be.
If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than can be numbered. All the things y'all might do for us, they are more than can be numbered. How many of y'all can recognize those blessings of the Almighty? I'm very thankful for them. Keep going.
Sacrifice and offerings thou didst not desire.
And as we spoke about earlier, sacrifice and offerings thou didst not desire. And that's a blessing right there, ain't it?
Yes.
That little baby I'm talking about. Having a little baby run across the floor. I'm just saying there's many little blessings everywhere. A blessing over here, a blessing over there. Seeing a smiling face, looking at y'all is a blessing to me. They cannot be numbered in order. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than can be numbered. Keep going.
Sacrifice and offerings thou didst not desire.
We talked about this earlier, sacrifice and offering. So when somebody try to tell you that you got to have a sacrifice, no, your righteousness is your sacrifice. He says sacrifice and offerings y'all didst not desire. And this is David speaking. Y'all didn't desire us to do what we want to do, as Moriah Hilkiah spoke earlier. And then continue, okay, y'all got me a lamb today. Here I got me another one. I'm going to go out. Let's just own tonight. I'll just bring me another one. And that's what a lot of people do. They go out, they have a good time on Saturday night, and they be like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring my little tithes money on Sunday. Get my little offering. I'm going to give a bigger offering because I really did it up last night. And see, this is not the things that the Almighty accepts. And many of us, we say, yeah, Sabbath over. Okay, time to get it on. Time to get it on. And what I'm saying, this is not what the Almighty wants of us either. I done been there and done that, but I'm going to tell you, when the Almighty knock you upside your head a couple more times, then you're going to really see that it ain't funny. I'm just saying. It's funny and fun now, but when the Almighty start hitting you where it hurts at, that's when you're going to become a real man. That's when you're going to become a real woman. That's when you're going to grow up. For real. That's what makes you grow up. And I said one thing that makes a man grow up, when I see my paycheck, like, yeah. But then when I see how much I got left after I done paid all them bills, I'll be like, no, couldn't be. Couldn't be. You know what I'm saying? But that's what being a real man is. Bringing all that money home and taking care of your family. That's what being a real man is, not being a goof off all the time. That's not being a real man. So we have to learn to grow up. And we have to take advantage of this precious, precious knowledge that we are receiving every single week. Precious, precious, precious knowledge. Precious. Words of wisdom that come from who?
Yeah.
Come from the mighty Yah. Where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Turn to the book of Job 28. Hold on, before we go to Job 28, I want to read this last verse. Sacrifice and offering did thou not desire. Mine ears hast thou opened. Burnt offerings and sin offerings hast thou not required. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. In other words, I agree with it all, Yah. I ain't gonna just pick out commandment number 1 and commandment number 3 and commandment. I'm gonna pick out all the odd ones. See, some people want all the odd ones. I want 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now, the Almighty say all of His word. We are to try your best to do. And I'm not saying you're gonna be perfect. But what makes you a loser is when you don't try. That's what makes you a loser. When you don't try. What makes you a winner is when you try. You might fail. You try and try and try again. That's what makes you a winner. I think I can. I think I can. Like that little red engine. Sometimes you're going to run out of steam. You're going to run out of gas. Sometimes you might take a couple steps backward. But through the word, through the power of the mighty Yah, He's going to bring you right on through the storm. So whatever storm you're going through, just know that the Almighty can and will bring you through it if you trust in Him. And I know many of y'all probably ain't seen those storms, but if you haven't, you're going to see them one day. And I know we all thinking like, maybe I'll just be that one person that won't die one day. But we all are going to taste of death. Ain't that how we think? Maybe I'll be that one person that won't die. I'm not sure. Am I the only one that ever thought that?
No.
No, it's going to happen.
I still pray for it.
So I don't care how much money you're making now, how good you think you look now, how whatever you think you are now. At some point, it's going to decline. And then the only thing you're going to have to look back on is your righteousness. Your righteousness or your foolishness. And I'm just saying, let's take advantage of it now. And let's stop wasting time, y'all. Time is precious. Let's stop wasting time. The scripture says in much, let's go to Job 28. Let's read about wisdom a little bit. Anybody got anything they want to say to give thanks for? Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. And we're going to get to more, too. We can get to more because at a certain point, I'm going to stop and just let y'all get whatever scripture. So start looking for some scriptures, a psalm you might want to read, or a testimony. Something to give y'all some thanks and praise for. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to comment while we're still in this book of Psalms, it's Psalms 40. On that second verse where he said, He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. And that's the word Heli used in his presentation, that established my goings. And that was what my comment was based on when I said, is that like y'all saying it's etched in stone? Because he etched our commandments in stone with his own finger, and those are forever. So I was just questioning whether that established and going was that the same as etched in stone.
Eli, you want to comment on that?
I would say it's maybe similar because we use that term etched in stone. That is one of those terms that really people use as a, I don't want to say cliche, of Yahweh writing the laws in the stone. And if you go look up any historical, whether it's hieroglyphics or whatever, you're only able to see anything that's from the time as if it's been etched in stone. Because it's permanent. They say stone writings are permanent writings. That's why when Hill talks about the Canaan form, which you can go back into Samaria, the only way you can read of their history is because it was written in stone. So, now, back to the established, that's also because it's fixed. That's right. Where I say, yes, you're right on the parallel, because that word, it does mean fixed. It does mean permanent. You know, nobody could break it. God never broke it from us. He said he would never break that covenant. So he established it, and he'll never break his part. It's just that we broke ours. So, yeah, I think you're on something. I would think that would be a good analogy.
So to what you were just saying, there's a scripture that says that my heart is fixed, trusting in Elohim. You know, and even though we might make mistakes, I know my heart is fixed, trusting in Yah. And when it's fixed, trusting in Yah, that means he's proved you over and over. I might be proved beyond a shadow of a doubt he exists in me. He has proved many, many things to me. And I'm sure he's proved many, many things to y'all. That's what it means after so long. He has, you begin to know, understand, and your heart be fixed in certain things. Fixed, trusting in Elohim. Go ahead. Let's go to Psalms 28. I'm sorry, Job 28.
What verse?
Hold on. 12th verse.
Job 28 and 12. But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth said, it is not in me, and the sea said, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold.
So wisdom cannot be gotten for gold. Wisdom is so valuable. There's no price that you can put on wisdom. It's free. I remember Maury Dan used to say, this wisdom, you couldn't work a lifetime to pay for this wisdom that y'all getting here every week. No way. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx or the sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. No mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies.
So it says the gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. So I don't care what kind of diamonds you got. I don't care what kind of rubies. There ain't nowhere you can say, here I got this big bag of rubies, this big bag of diamonds, let me get some wisdom. Nah, it ain't going to happen. Wisdom is free. Go ahead.
Verse 19, the topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom?
It's some of the people in Ethiopia. I know that y'all got a topaz, right? The topaz in Ethiopia, you know y'all got a topaz. Your topaz can't even equal y'all's wisdom. Go ahead.
Whence then cometh wisdom?
Okay, so whence then does it come from then? Where do it come from? If I can't buy it, if I can't use any fine jewels and gold to pay for it, then from whence? Where does it come from?
And where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and kept closed from the fowls of the air, destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears.
We have heard the fame of wisdom with our ears. Go ahead.
Elohim understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. For he looks to the ends of the earth, and seeth under the whole heaven, to make the weight for the winds. And he weighed the waters by measure. He made a decree for the rain, and a way for the lightning of the thunder. Then did he see it and declare it.
Then did he see it and declare it.
He prepared it, yea, and he searched it out. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of Yah, that is wisdom.
Then he said unto men, I know y'all been looking for it. I know that it cannot be found. There's not a cost that we can equate it to it. But it says, then did he see it and declare it, and he prepared it, yea, he searched it out. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of Yah, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. And what does that mean? The fear of Yah, the fear of Yah is wisdom.
Right.
In other words, fearing of the mighty Yah and having the fear of Yah, that's when you have true knowledge of things. Because wisdom is just pretty much knowledge. It's really like in other words, I got the wisdom to know how to build a house. I got the wisdom to know how to escape evil. Wisdom is the knowledge of something. And to understand what true knowledge is the fear of Yah. That's what real wisdom is. Because the main thing, wisdom is the principal thing, number one. And the whole duty of man is what? To fear Yah. So that's the greatest level of wisdom that you can ever incur. Is to fear Yah and keep his commandments, because all men are going to stand before the mighty Yah in the last day. So that's the greatest deal of wisdom that you can ever get. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a great verse. I'm going to tell you, I just saw something I ain't never seen in my life before. It says that, it says unto man, behold, the fear of Yah, that's your wisdom. But we always talked about what understanding, get knowledge, get wisdom, but with all you're getting, get understanding. And right here, I don't know if it's just me that I see this, but it's almost as if you really show that you have wisdom when you can I guess depart from sinning, or when you can prove to yourself that you cannot sin. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. In other words, if you have wisdom, like we may know, it's wise to know that swine and the pig is an unclean animal. Mm-hmm. That's great wisdom to possess. But if you don't have the ability to not consume it, then you have failed at understanding. That means you don't totally understand the wisdom in swine. Right. You might know it, That's where I think that knowledge, you might know that swine is bad, but to truly know or have the wisdom of it, that means you would not be consuming it, you would not be this. That's what I'm understanding. So I don't want to go there, but I just saw this right here explained in a way in which I've never seen it. And a lot of times we may know things, we could talk scripture, we could talk the law, but if we fail to execute, that means that I understand.
That's true. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And that's why it says wisdom is the fear of Yah. Because number one, when you have wisdom, you guard. See, wisdom and understanding goes hand in hand. Because when you have wisdom and you fear Yah, you're going to execute. You're going to keep the commandments. If you fear, you ain't going to fear Yah and not keep the commandments. That's what it's stressing. That you fear Yah, therefore you're going to keep the commandments. And depart from evil is understanding. And that's why it says called wisdom, it says called understanding thy kinswoman. Because they are connected hand in hand. They're basically, they're sisters. They're kinswoman of one another. And that departed from evil, you're exercising the ability to show, number one, that you fear Yah, and you exercise an ability to that you have wisdom. And that's when you can prove that you have, I really understand that. Because I've now departed. I'm not doing it anymore. So when we talk about wisdom, as we talked earlier, wisdom is in two elements. One part of wisdom is having the knowledge of something, right? The knowledge to know how to do something. And then another part of wisdom is the fear of Yah. But that's really the same thing if you think about it. Because if you really know something, you know that he will put his foot up your tail. In your tail if you violate his law. So that's why wisdom is the fear of Yah. You wise enough to know that he will bring something on you if you don't obey him. And one of the things we got to realize is the Almighty is the scripture says, let's go to the book of Proverbs, the 3rd chapter. Proverbs 3. And I was going to get back on the Messiah again this week, but I just didn't. There's some other things that came over my mind as I was supposed to do a part 2 for a brother out of Indianapolis this week, but I didn't get the opportunity to do that because I had the elder that I was trying to reach out to this morning on my mind, and then just thinking about how we as a people, you know, going through Thanksgiving this week, and you had people, I saw fires on the news, and there was a fire somewhere, I think in Dallas, where these people had to throw their children out the window. Did y'all see that? It was like a 3-story fire, and people had to throw their babies out the window. Of course, they had people catching them, and nobody died in the fire. But the thing is, everybody banded together. Everybody got together, and they helped one another, had mattresses. And my thing is, like, we just have to be thankful. Just earlier today, there was somebody that got shot up the street, down the street, 2 people. And the thing is that none of us are in that life. We're avoiding that by keeping hold on wisdom. But the more you get out there and get in the world and start acting a fool and be around them environments, you make yourself prone to those things. But when you hide yourself under the wings and the shadow of the Almighty, you escape those things. You're putting yourself in a lot of times we put ourselves in harm's way when we don't realize it. Just like I tell people that a lot of times when you driving home late at night and you've been doing illegal things, drinking, or maybe doing some other things that people do, you don't realize that they expecting you to be in that state. Because who else be out at 3 o'clock in the morning besides somebody who came from a party? Right. And then as soon as they stick their head in your car, what do? I mean, come on now. There's a certain point where we have to use wisdom about things. And then if we don't use wisdom, then we'll ultimately face the consequence. But in any event, we're going to pray that the Almighty keep everybody safe. That's what I am going to say. I'm not going to just ever wish anything like that on anybody. Neither do I want to put that bad energy in the air. But what I do want to say is start using some wisdom behind some of the things that we do. That's all I'm saying. Proverbs 3 and 5. Let's go there.
Trust in Yah with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own. It says, trust in Yah
with all thy heart. And sometimes we ask questions about I know some people asked about King David last week, and some people even came with questions, and they said, well, how could it be David? When to me it seems like it's the son of David, when the Almighty show us in 10 different scripts that upon David himself, We can read 50 scriptures that says David himself. I'm going to show y'all one right now. Go to Ezekiel 37. Let's go right there. And when it says trust in Yah with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding, when you read multiple times when he says something, and then you see something else that might throw you off a little bit, don't just not trust in him. Say, well, I might not understand that part.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure he ain't going to tell me 10 times and then back out on the 11th time and change it up. That's not how Yahweh works if you really know who Yahweh is.
Yeah, that's a test.
If you know how Yah is, that's not how he works. And sometimes certain things are just too wonderful for us.
Yeah.
So another question, people, what did I ask y'all to turn? Ezekiel 37. Somebody asked me also a few months ago, they asked me, well, how's the Almighty going to fit all the people in the land of Israel with all the people that done died before, all the people that's been resurrected, all the people that has, somebody asked me, but I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how he going to do it. Let's go to the book of, where did we say go?
Ezekiel 37.
Ezekiel 37. Let's go to Ezekiel 37. Ezekiel 37, we're going to start at the 21st verse.
And say unto them.
Hold on, I think we got some pages still turning. You got pages turning? And many people want to say that Christ is the Savior that's going to rule the world. But here the Almighty is going to tell you who that Savior is. I mean, not who that Savior is, but who that, what they call Messiah is, or anointed one. See, Messiah just means anointed one. And it does not mean that we are going to worship King David as we do Yahweh. It means that King David is going to execute righteousness in the earth. He's the one who's going to he's the one that's going to execute Yah's righteousness. That's going to be his job. Where do we say?
At Ezekiel 37, verse 21.
We're going to start at the 21st verse. Let's go there.
And say unto them.
And say unto them.
Thus says Yah Elohim.
Thus saith Yah Elohim.
Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among
I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen where they be gone. And this is where we at. This is where we be gone. The Almighty took us out of our land and scattered us in the four corners of the earth. Where they be gone, and will do what?
And will gather them on every side.
He said, I'm going to gather them on every side, and what?
And bring them into their own land.
And bring them into their own land. Go ahead.
And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. And one king.
And how many kings? 10 kings.
And one king.
And one O-N-E. How many people don't know the meaning of one? Does one mean one, or does one mean two?
One.
And one king shall be king to them all. Keep going.
And they shall be no more two nations. Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols.
Neither shall they serve the gods of the Gentiles. Neither shall they serve the gods of all the places where they've been scattered, who taught them to serve their gods. But they're going to come back and serve me. Our people wasn't serving a Christ in our land. Our people were serving the mighty Yah. But then our people started serving the gods of the other nations. And that's why he kicked us out. And to this day, we're still doing the same thing. And he said, because you won't serve me here in my land, I'm going to send you out and I'll let you serve gods in other lands. And this is why this curse is upon our people. We want to serve every other nation's God but our own. Every other nation of people. You got Indian people that serve their God. You got Chinese people that serve their God. And who God we serve? Everybody else God. Depending on where we was born at. Depending on where we was scattered at. But the Almighty said, I'm going to have them to serve their God. Keep going.
Neither shall they defile themselves.
23rd verse. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols.
Nor with their detestable things. Nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them.
I'm going to cleanse them. So even some of the wicked hearts that we got, The Almighty said he's even some of the residue of the hearts that we got. He said he's going to cleanse all that out. But he needs you to still participate. Give him 90% or 80% of something, and he'll take care of the other 20%. Give him something. Give him something to work with. Go ahead.
And will cleanse them, so shall they be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And David, my servant.
And who?
David, my servant, shall be.
And Solomon.
David.
And Ahaz.
David.
And Hezekiah.
David.
And David.
And David, my servant, shall be king over them. And they all shall have one shepherd.
And they shall have 5 shepherds.
One shepherd.
Now how clear can you get than that? Unless somebody can't read. Or unless the Spirit of the Almighty just... And that's why we got to pray for that Spirit. The scripture says, open thou my eyes. Psalms 119 verse 18. Open thou mine eyes, O Yah, that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law. Because not everybody can see just this simple verse right here. Where Reuben at? Where Reuben at? Okay, I'll catch you when he come back up. Who else out there with their Bible? Huh? Beulah? How many kings did he say there's going to be? 1 king. Sister Micaiah.
1 king.
1 king. Sister Cynthia.
1 king.
Sister. 1 king. How many? 1 king. Who do you say the king will be? David.
David.
24th verse again.
And David, my servant, shall be king over them. And they shall have one shepherd.
How many shepherds?
One shepherd.
1 shepherd. Go ahead.
They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Yaakov my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall dwell therein, even they and their children.
Even who? They.
They and their children.
See, they gonna be there. Okay? The ones that he resurrect gonna be there. They and the ones that he bring back gonna be there. Even they and their children. So not only they gonna be there, but their children gonna be there, and their children's children gonna be there for how long? Forever. So they gonna still be there forever too. They gonna be there forever. Their children gonna be there forever. Their children's children gonna be there forever. Read that again, because I think I can't read or something. I don't know what's going on. Go ahead.
And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Yaakov my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall dwell therein.
And they shall dwell therein.
Even they.
Even they.
And their children.
And their children. Even they going to be there. Do y'all get that? Even they and who else?
And their children.
And in addition to they, their children are going to be there. In addition to their children going to be there. Who else?
And their children.
Their children's children.
Forever.
Forever.
And my servant David shall be their prince forever.
And David going to be their prince forever, not David's son. And David shall be their prince. So how long is David going to live?
Forever.
Forever. And this is what the Almighty saying. So I know sometimes we might read something. I done had times that I've read something that kind of threw me off, and I might not quite be able to explain it. But at the same time, I know what Yahweh's saying, and my heart is fixed, trusting. Put it like he done said it 5 times, 6 times, and I find one thing that might throw me off. I'm not going to let that one thing throw me off. And if I can't explain it, I just can't explain it. But that still don't mean I'm going to let everything else go the other way. The 5 times he told me. And that's what it means to be fixed, trusted in Elohim. Now I'm going to answer that one question, and I'm going to let y'all do y'all thing for the rest of the day. And y'all made me feel better. I've been feeling a little depressed today. And, you know, at the death of the brother, the elder that passed away. But just being around you all. Turn to the book of Isaiah, the 66th chapter. And I'm going to tell y'all what. Don't expect us to be able to get up here and break down every single thing in this book. Because certain things have been revealed to us, and certain things are going to be revealed in the future. And I don't want to sit up here and make something up because I can't understand it, but certain things, the Almighty said he got sealed to the last day. And anybody who say, well, I got an answer for that, ain't nobody got an answer for it all. And if they tell you that they do, they call the Almighty a lie. Because there's certain things that he got sealed to the last day. So I don't want y'all to feel like that because we might not be able to answer something. How many pieces of grass on this thing right here? How many leaves on here? We can't answer everything. You know what I mean? Certain things y'all might just tell us to trust in. And like somebody asked me, well, how is all the people going to fit in the land of Israel? Israel ain't big as Rhode Island. Israel ain't big as you can put Israel in Rhode Island. How all those people going to fit in there? And I'm saying, you know what? I can't answer everything, but you know what? I can answer. Turn to the book of Isaiah 65 first. Something like that. One 65 and 17. Isaiah 65.
But the other thing about that is that the country wasn't split up the way it is now. So it could be bigger. It could be the whole of it.
But I got something better to show you. Check this out. Look at Isaiah 65 and 17. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth.
I create new heavens and new earth, so the Almighty gonna do some new things.
Hallelujah.
You know, I can't answer how he gonna do it. I just have to put my trust in him. I create new heavens and new earth. Go ahead.
And the former shall not be remembered, nor come
So it's
into
going to be
mind.
some things that we're not going to be weeping over our parents. Certain things we're not going to be weeping over because certain things the Almighty is not even going to allow to come in our mind. He's going to erase certain things. And who knows, your parents might be there. And what I'm saying is I can't answer for everything y'all going to do. He know who's going to be there. He know who would have had that knowledge and what they would have did with it. He knew how y'all parents raised y'all. I'm just saying I can't answer those things. Because I'm not the judge. And that's just it. I know what I can tell you what he said he's going to do if you don't keep the law. But I can't tell you what he's going to do on that day. Just like when it came with Joshua, the high priest. And Satan was there to resist him. He said, yep, Yahweh, he did this, he did that, he did that, he did that. And Yahweh said, yeah, I hear you, Satan. Even Yahweh they have chosen Jerusalem and rebuked thee, O Satan. He said, is this not this Joshua a brand plucked out of the fire? I knew he shouldn't be burning, but he a brand that I'm plucking out because I'm going to have mercy on him. So we don't know who the Almighty said he will have mercy on who? Whom he will have mercy on. And that's why I wish the Almighty to have mercy on everybody. I don't wish the Almighty death on nobody. But that still don't mean we're going to allow nobody to come in here and act no fool either. Let that be known. Isaiah 66. Isaiah 66. And that's what we need to quit going around judging people and saying, well, this person this and that person that. If you have a problem with somebody, try to help them out. That's what a brotherly person or a sisterly person would do. Stop running around talking about people. And of course, we don't do that. But we shouldn't be doing it. And these are the ways we learn not to do, right? Sometimes we do it, but we learn not to do them. And that's good enough, right? Praise God. 66 and let's go to the 20th verse.
And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto Yahweh.
They're going to bring all our brethren unto Yahweh. Like I said before, they're going to bring them. He ain't going to say let them go. This time he said, no, you're going to bring them to me. Y'all get that?
Yeah.
He going to bring y'all, they going to bring y'all back to Yahweh. So there's certain people that's going to find us. You ain't got to have no passport. You ain't got to have no, they're going to find us and they're going to bring us back. Go ahead, please.
And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto Yah out of all the nations upon horses and in chariots and in litters and upon mules and upon swift beasts to my holy mountain Jerusalem, says Yah.
To my holy mountain Jerusalem, saith Yah. Go ahead.
As the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of Yah.
And what is going to be that offering in a clean vessel? That offering in a clean vessel is also what it's going to start within us, with us being clean inside our spirits and with us touching no unclean thing. And then the Almighty is going to show us how to do things. He's going to restore certain things. But we got to start with us being clean first. Go ahead.
And I will also take of them for priests and for Levites.
And some of us are going to be priests. Everybody want to be of the tribe of Yehudah. Well, some of y'all going to be priests. He said he will take some of y'all priests and some of us for Levites. Go ahead.
For as the new heavens and the new
For
earth.
as the what?
As the new heavens.
That's how they all going to fit there. Because Yahweh said, for as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, it's going to remain before me, but it's going to be new, saith Yah. I don't know how he going to do it, but it ain't going to be, we ain't going to have to worry about who can fit there.
For as the new
if they can do it in, if they can do it in the Disney movies, Yahweh can do it.
Yeah.
Y'all believe in the Disney movies, but y'all don't believe Yahweh can do it. Ain't that something? Go ahead.
For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith Yah, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me.
And it shall come to pass from one new moon to another. That don't mean that we're going up on new moons and on the Sabbath. That's talking about a time span. It's going to come to pass from month to month and from week to week. In other words, it's going to be a continual flowing. That's what that's saying. So all flesh come up to worship before me, saith Yah. Yah said it's going to be a continual flowing. Go ahead.
And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed.
And they're going to look upon the carcasses of the men. That's all right, baby. Go ahead. They shall look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. Go ahead.
For their worms shall not die.
For their worms shall not die. He's going to give you something to remember and something to maintain that righteousness. Go ahead.
Neither,
funny, but.
Right. Neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
Hallelujah. And I'm sorry I went on so long. I'm going to take comments from here on out. If anybody want to give any thanks and praise to Yah, please go ahead. We'll start with somebody new. Go ahead, you go. Anybody who haven't? Then we'll go to other people who, because we only have a few minutes, so just try to make them brief and praise them with all you got.
Shabbat Shalom. First, I want to give our thanks and praise to y'all about saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It's been a great week. Praise y'all. I was able to celebrate my 26th birthday on the 20th, so all praise to Yahweh for that. Yahweh been just with us just this whole week, just keeping us strong and just reminding us who the true living is. And I just want to thank and praise Yahweh for that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom, family. First, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yah by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
This week has been a great week. I'd like to thank Yah, for waking me up each and every day and keeping us safe, on our way going to work. Because we do get in, take the lift to work, and we don't know them, the people that pick us up. So I just want to thank Yah for, keeping us safe each and every day and, keeping me focused in His laws and His commandments and His statutes. And I just want to thank Yah for my family. And Wednesday, we got together with myself, my daughters, and my nephews and my grandson. We got together and we had a good time. It was Wednesday when everybody was out. And, because I work Monday through Friday, so we was out Thursday because the pagan holiday. And I just want to give thanks to Yahweh for everything that He gives me. Because if it wasn't for Yahweh, I wouldn't have nothing. A while back, somebody once told me, and they used to come to this class, I always stay focused in Yahweh, because if you stop coming to class, you lose focus. You start out there doing stuff and doing stuff you ain't supposed to do. So I just want to thank Yahweh for, just being there for me, giving me the strength each and every day that he give me. And you know, I had my ups and downs, but you know, I stay in the Bible. I read constantly. I read. Me and my daughter, we read together. And you know, we can just go back and forth, like trying to understand stuff. But you know, I just want to. I don't know. I just want to. I just want to thank y'all, you know, for being there for me. And being there for my family, keeping us strong in his words by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah. You are a very beautiful sister. And any of y'all who have not and don't talk to her, please go and make some conversation with her. I think her good spirit can help rub off on some of us. Very good influence. Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom. Giving all glory and all honor to y'all by saying hallelujah. I just want to thank God because I had some wisdom shared to me this week, and it's been very heavy on me. Real quick, Jeremiah 17:9, it says, "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?" And that word desperate is very, it's a big word, and we don't understand how that word can really affect you. And I know that my heart has been very, very desperately seeking wickedness. Every time you wake up, every time your eyes open, your heart is yearning to do something wicked. And we have to understand that we got to fight that, and we have to train our heart to go against what Yahweh said is doing. So I understand why he wants us to have a clear heart, because being desperately wicked, that's a big deal. And I'm working on getting my heart clear. And I've been doing this every day this week, trying to get my heart right from the time I wake up to the time Yahweh allowed me to close my eyes. And I thank Yahweh for the wisdom that he's brought to me, because it's now giving me the option to get my heart in a better place. So I thank y'all. Hallelujah.
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 Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I want to thank y'all for giving me the strength and the courage at my old job, which I left. I didn't feel bad about it. I didn't feel sad. I enjoyed my days off. I was able to go to school and focus. I thank y'all for just allowing me to see what I was dealing with and what I was up against. And every day I would cry. Every day I would be so angry because I was up against just negative people. And I wasn't just being around my people. I was being around Caucasian people. And when they knew who I was, it seemed like it got harder and harder for me. And every day I was going to battles, every day at work, just going head on with them. So I just finally said, forget it. I'm done. I resigned my position and I left. I never looked back. So y'all blessed me with a brand new job where I can set my own schedule. I'm not being controlled. And I could be around, just be me. There's nobody at the house but me and the clients. That's it. So y'all just set me free.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I praise Almighty Yah.
Shabbat shalom. I just want to give thanks to the Almighty for all the things that He's blessed me, myself, my children, my family, just everybody with, just the breath of life, just allowing us to travel safely, allowing us to have work and income. And I would like to thank God for blessing me with very wonderful children, very well-behaved children, obedient children who love the Almighty. I got to give thanks for that, for having children who love the Almighty just as much as I do. And I see things in them that I didn't see in myself. I see a lot more courage in them and a lot more strength in them that I didn't see in myself as a child. So I would like to thank Yahweh for that. I would like to thank Yahweh for my family, my sisters, my brother, and for all of us just being in the knowledge and not having to fight with one another about who's the true Savior. And we're all on the same page and we all know who Yahweh is. I'd like to thank my parents for raising us up in the knowledge. And, I feel very blessed to not even know who another deity is. Yahweh is the only Savior we've known, for our whole life. And I just like to give thanks for that, because even though we've been in the knowledge, I still sometimes feel like I can do better personally. So I just like to thank Yahweh for putting it in me to want to do better and to see my mistakes and to see, that I'm doing good, but yes, you can do better. Okay, you've done this, but now it's time to do better and to elevate and to do more. You got this easy stuff. That's easy now. You've done that. Let's do better.
So I want to thank Yahweh for just putting that in me and just, just allowing me to become a better person. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All right. You got one more? 2 more? Quick.
I want to give all thanks and praise to the Most High. I had a chance to see my granddaughter. She came here from California. That was my grandbaby number 18. So I did get a chance to see her and visit her for 2 days while she was in town. And then her mom, then they go back to California. And then I had 2 job offers this week. And I decided to take the one that was going to pay more. So yes, I got that one. And also, so just want to thank y'all just for life, because life is not guaranteed. At any certain point of time, you can walk out your door, but that does not mean that you're promised to come back. So that's for life.
Hallelujah. Almighty blessings. Got some blessings going on up in here. Hallelujah.
Shalom. I just want to thank y'all, and I may have dropped in turn, but I got the mic. I just want to thank y'all for...
The lady with the camera.
Yeah, I want to thank y'all for opening my eyes to who He is and opening my ears so that I can hear His laws and I can recognize when people are trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I used to have a problem with reading between the lines and all of that, and since I came into y'all's law, and that's what attracted me to y'all's law, that it was straightforward, it was orderly, and He had an order in His way of doing things, and I'm just so thankful to y'all that He pulled me in, and my prayer is that He will box me in and help me put on those blinders that keep my focus on Him so that I can succeed in this life. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise God.
Praise God. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to be here another Sabbath day. Allowing me to have enough understanding to come here, and enough understanding to know that when I don't make it here, my week is just be one of them weeks. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was sick this past week, and usually when I'm sick, I be sick for like a whole week. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not 100% yet, but I feel better than what I did. You feel what I'm saying? I got sick like Tuesday, Wednesday. Was in the house Wednesday, Thursday, and I felt better yesterday. And that usually don't happen because when I'm sick, like I said, I usually be sick for like 7 days. I'm not 100%, but I'm good enough to be here in front of y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Wasn't strong enough to perform, but I was strong enough to be behind the scenes and still give praises. You feel what I'm saying? And be here with my people. So praise God.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Okay. You want to come like this one?
Shalom, family. I want to just give honor and praise to the Almighty. I've been thinking this week about Thanksgiving. Okay, in 1947, I was born to a 15-year-old. I weighed 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Catherine Booth Hospital was supposed to be left there for adoption. So Yah has always ordered my steps and always provided those angels, I'm going to say angels, to take care of me. So one of the things I thought about this week, I was honored to attend a program for my youngest granddaughter, who will be 18 on the 25th of December. I think Yah is a stand-up comedian too, okay? Because I stopped doing that craziness in 1988. And I, tree in the garbage, all of that, stopped all of that. And then she was born on the 25th. So I was like, we're at the hospital. I'm like, okay, Yah, you got me now. So is this, am I supposed to do something? So what I did, I do her birthday on the 24th. So we do dinner, cake and ice cream. But the other thing that Yah allowed me to do this week, I attended a program where she was inducted into the National Honor Society. I was like, whoa. She looked at me. I said, Jayla, I'm so proud of you. She said, Grandma, good genes. All right. So for her to even be able to recognize that it ain't really about her, It's about all the things and all the people that have poured into her life. And that's what I think at age 71, at age 70, I'm thanking God for all the people and all the things that he allowed to be poured into my life to make me who I am today. So just thinking about that kind of touches my heart. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And this elder has a birthday coming up this week. We got cards back there if everybody has not signed the cards. We have 4 birthdays, and we want to wish everybody a happy birthday. Sister Micaiah, Elder Dot, Sister Zuriel, and Sister Beulah. Somebody else, but okay. Shay, Sister Shay. Malachi, okay. Brother Malachi. Okay, we got one more comment and we're going to adjourn. Go smile. Yes, ma'am.
Shalom, everyone. I want to thank the Most High for allowing for me to be here today with everyone. And I want to thank him for allowing for me to make it through the week, even though I want to get up in the morning and go to work and deal with like ignorant managers I work with. So I just want to thank him for allowing for me to go through it and pull through it. And I want to thank him for good friends that I have and knowing that ever since elementary all the way up to now. So I want to thank him for allowing me to have good brothers and sisters as well. And all praise the glory to him by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise mighty God.
Hallelujah.
Okay. Go. Brother Gira, did you have something to say? And we need to adjourn too, y'all. Come on.
Okay, I can say it real quick. I wanted to acknowledge T.I. to thank this Sister Cynthia for being my right hand. I just wanted to lift that up to y'all. Hallelujah.
Thank you. That's Sister Abigail, the new bride. Give her a round of applause.
Hallelujah. I'm thankful for T.I. for having life to understand it. And know that it's not guaranteed. Like we were spoken earlier. We are not promised tomorrow. So what we can do while we're here today, is I'm looking at the younger people. For example, I lost my sister-in-law a couple weeks ago. And not having insurance to help take care of your funeral expenses and that. My brother, he's like the street, so, it's a lack in there. So it's raising money to get money to help prepare her entombment or burial. The thing is, what I'm trying to say is be prepared for what we're not ready to expect. And that's what's going to happen to us, death. Just be prepared. Insurance, life insurance for your children, for yourself. If you don't have it, consider it. Try to be prepared for what we know is going to happen to us so it'll be simpler and easier for the ones we leave behind. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Let us stand and face the east, and let us give y'all a big hallelujah. 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 Shema. Yisrael. Yahweh. Eloheinu. Yahweh. Louder. Akkad. Hear, O Israel. Yahweh Elohim. Yahweh is one. May the mighty Yah bless thee. May the mighty Yah keep thee. May the mighty Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. May the mighty Yah lift up his countenance upon each and every one of you and give you peace. Also, may the name of the mighty Yah be on each and every one of you. Hallelujah! 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 Praise the mighty Yah. Yah is righteous all the time. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.